I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Welcome to the. No, I was gonna say the other one, the other bold one from the second movie, but I thought that might incriminate me in some way, so I'm not gonna say that one.
Oh my god!
Welcome to the Squadcast movie podcast episode. Oh boy, I think it's 9. And
Correct.
yes,
Episode 9.
we have another fan recommendation, The National Treasure, and I don't know if they recommended the sequel, but I threw that in there. So, National Treasure and National Treasure Book of Secrets from, I'm not even going to say what year they're from because I have no idea.
2007 and 2004.
Okay, wow.
Pretty old at this point.
Yeah. Oh, all right. And obviously, all right, we're obviously going to start with the first one. Oh, by the way, hi, Latrell. Hi, Alex. I'm Danny. Hi, guys.
I'm Latrell. Hi.
Hola!
If you're going to say hola, you might as well say yo soy Alejandro.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm happy I got a beer for this one.
Yeah, no, this is a fun, yeah, sure. No, this is a fun one. These are two movies we kind of grew up with. At least the first one I grew up with, and the second one maybe not as popular, but still kind of popular. And
this is the first one is like literally one of the movies that I have as an iTunes owned movie.
Man, I never did that. I've never bought a movie on iTunes.
I think I had like Men in Black on iTunes or something like that.
Okay, just add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
It's already on the list, but we'll say it in here too. Okay, well, we'll start with the first one, National Treasure, from 2004, starring Nicolas Cage. A great cast, actually. Nicolas Cage and Jon Voight and Diane Kruger, who we saw in Inglourious Bastards a few episodes ago.
Yep.
And also Sean Bean, Boromir, Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Who plays, I guess you could say a stereotypical British villain, but he's a good badass, so I didn't mind it at all.
Yeah, I would agree.
I guess a brief synopsis is in-story conspiracy of a secret Knights Templar treasure on the back of the Declaration of Independence, which they find by stealing the Declaration of Independence. I don't know if that... But yeah, and there's a big fight over it, basically, between two treasure hunters. One of them being Nicolas Cage's character, who comes from a long lineage of people who believe that this is a real thing and have gotten mostly ridiculed before it. So they're kind of setting out not only to find it, but to kind of make his family name sound better. And, there's a couple ways you could go about this kind of story, and it is good, it is fun. I have a lot of positive things to say. It is very interesting that it's kind of doubles as an action movie, primarily because of, like, who the villains are in the story. Like, this... I don't know, it was very funny that, you kind of open the movie and you're thinking, like, these are, like, these 3 guys on a mission here. And then all of a sudden, Sean Bean's character just is like, "Hey, we're gonna steal it, and if you're not gonna help, we're gonna stop you. Maybe we're gonna kill you." Like, whoa, okay, this is this kind of story.
Which makes no sense whatsoever for the plot, because it's just like, you need him to do anything, dude.
Yeah, right. No, it was so weird. It was very. They really got to the point with that, and I guess you could say it messed with the pacing a little bit. I think the pacing for the rest of the movie was mostly okay, but that was definitely a big jumping off point right at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, there could have been, I don't know, I feel like it could have, like, maybe, like, split ways just, like, a little bit, not like I'm just gonna try and kill you kind of way, but, like, splitting ways, and then all of a sudden they meet back up in the downstairs basement and everything. So
I could. What were you gonna say, Latrell?
No, I was just agreeing. I'm kind of just letting you guys go at it because honestly, like the pacing was it is what it is. I was so focused on all these other things that I didn't even the pacing wasn't even my biggest point.
Well, that was. I mean, I think the pacing was fine, and usually when you don't notice the pacing is when the pacing is fine. But that was a scene where I noticed the pacing. They just jumped right into this guy's a villain. I don't know. Yeah. So, but it is a Disney movie. It's like it's a sort of a kids movie, kind of like it's a family movie more than anything. So there's corny dialogue and the violence can't get too bad. There's a lot of these are bad guys with guns and they're just gonna take you hostage and never fire a shot at you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least for the first one.
So yeah, there's this crazy scene where they're fighting between the two buses over it. Like she's like hanging off the bus off the edge of it.
Yeah, I was like, what is
like,
happening?
Man, what am I watching?
What is going on right now?
This is going nuts.
Honestly, girl has a grip of a gorilla. Like that is the longest I've ever seen somebody hang on.
Her hands have the grip of a gorilla.
Okay.
He's talking about her hands on the door.
Let's relax. Calm down.
Although you're taking it there yourselves.
I don't know.
No. But...
there was a thing about the corny dialogue. I don't even remember what he says, but she responds by saying, "People don't really talk that way, And I thought that was, a funny response to. It doubles in corny dialogue because it's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, having Nicolas Cage in this is so goofy because you can't say he doesn't do a good job, but he's so goofy.
At some point in his career, Nicolas Cage became like box office poison, but this was before. I would say this was before that.
Yeah, I think this was right
before when he was still
the Nicolas Cage memes.
Yeah, right. That's what killed him, definitely. Because the people started once memes started getting created.
It was over.
They were looking for media to memify, and Nicolas Cage just kept showing up. Scene after scene, clip after clip of Nicolas Cage kept showing up.
Seriously,
because he just is annoying. I don't know.
He's just annoying.
I mean, he was pretty quiet after like 2007 with Ghost Rider, and then
that's what happened. He became like box office poison. He kind of became seen as a meme. If your movie had Nicolas Cage in it, it like didn't need to be taken seriously. I don't know, but I feel like that's gotta.
It really didn't start hitting until The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's where the memes really, everything started picking up.
Yes and no, because that movie rejuvenated him a little bit. People liked that movie.
You think?
It did, but that was... Yeah, I feel like
I guess, it rejuvenated him, but it also intensified the memes, and it turned Pedro into a meme guy now.
Yeah.
But going back to the story, there were plenty I loved about this movie. One thing that I liked about it, and this was true even when I saw it when I was younger, is it kind of got me into a little bit of history, I guess, or like it's some of the things they say are true, like shit. I'm trying to remember some from this one, but from the second one they were talking about like those desks that one's in England and one's in the White House, and they were carved out of that boat. I mean, like I know it is. I'm drawing a blank thinking of something from this movie, but if I watch it again, I'd probably remember. Speaking of Nicolas Cage and also Diane Kruger, who I like as an actress, I love her in Inglourious Bastards, but man, oh man, they should have just not even had them be a couple because they have no romantic chemistry whatsoever the entire movie. They kiss, and it's the most random kiss ever. Like, oh, okay, they're together now.
Okay, so this is what brings me into just my biggest thing with this movie is there's so many moments. There's so many moments where I was sitting here and I'm watching a movie and I was literally like jaw on the ground. I was like, that is so fucking dumb, or just impractical, or just nonsense. Like,
Yeah.
perfect example is that moment. They're like running away from something. I'm pretty sure in the first movie, and like they're in danger. And the thug that is holding them hostage is behind them. And he's just like, let me grab you on the shoulder and give you a kiss right here. And it's like, why? What the fuck was like? Or when he's actually going to steal I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. This man just walks in and everything just works out. There's nobody anywhere.
Dude,
And then he just grabs it and walks out.
In the universe of these movies, you can break into anything at all times. Everything's easy to break into.
Don't even get me started with
the movies, dude. Despite the movies, oh yeah, we'll get to it. Despite the movie's own insistence that, oh wow, this is really, really hard to break into. Yeah, we're gonna get it on our first try. And also those guys that were gonna get it, they looked like they were about to get it too. Like, I don't know. The first you see 2 attempts to get it in the movie and they almost both worked.
I'm sitting here in awe as to like, okay, again, it's an older movie, it's it's a Disney movie, so it's not supposed to be super realistic, but I'm just like, oh, okay, so Nick Cage just walked in here, got her fingerprints on a glass. Nobody thought that was weird. Walked out, somehow put a fucking half little thumb thing on his own thumb, walked around, went to the security door, typed it, nobody saw nothing. Walked in, made no noises, nothing. Got what he needed, got out, nothing. Come on. Come on.
I'm holding my tongue because I have much bigger complaints about this in the second movie. But yes, this is very much a problem.
Dude, I was literally, my mouth was dropped, and then I just started laughing because I was like, what is happening? Like, I don't know. That's my biggest gripe, I guess, is just like, it's so impractical.
Sure. It's a fun watch. I had fun watching
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, honestly, both of these movies are watchable movies. They're fun adventure movies. They get from A to B.
Yeah, they do move quick, which is nice. Although I didn't know the first one was what, 2.5 hours.
2 hours like 15 minutes.
2:25. Yeah. I watched it yesterday.
Oh shit! Well, it didn't feel that long for me, but
the second one is 2 hours and 2.5 hours. Or no, yeah, it's just about 2.5 hours, I think. Something like that.
Oh, I thought it looked like 2:15 to me, but either way, yeah. I mean, I didn't mind that too much. I guess it was paced well enough for me. I didn't really feel that. It kind of flew by. I even though he is a stereotypical villain, I did like Sean Bean in this movie. I thought he was. I don't know. I enjoyed it every time he was on screen. They kind of neuter him a little bit at the end. All of a sudden, he's an idiot, but I don't know.
Well, no, what's funny is, like, with the Declaration and stuff, how they use like lemon juice and everything to expose like the ink.
The lemon juice does not do that. It does the opposite of that.
Yeah, it does the opposite. It makes the invisible ink.
Lemon juice is like its own kind of invisible ink.
They were just like, give me that whole jar, that whole.
They just drowned they drowned the invisible ink with more invisible ink.
Sorry,
they're like, oh my god, look, the ink is appearing. It's magic.
Right.
Like, dude,
let me go get my 20 pre-cut lemons out of the fridge for you.
Right? Also, where did they get the, like, it was such a quick transition. All of a sudden, there's a bowl of lemons out there. You're like,
instead of lemon drops, Grandpa had the lemons, the actual lemons.
Or like just like lemon juice, like a thing of lemon juice in the fridge. No, they had sliced lemon wedges. They're like, this is gonna work perfectly. This is all we need.
I mean, the directing and stuff it's mostly not that special, but they do a couple good things. There's a part where she's like hiding from somebody and you see someone grab her shoulder and like it really looks like it's gonna be the guy, and then it's one of the guys on her side.
Yeah.
I forgot what the second guy, Riley. It's Ben, Riley, and I forgot her name. Shit.
Abigail,
that's right. And then there's his dad, John Voight, who I don't really like as a person, but I love as an actor. It's kind of a little thing, but I thought in the beginning, I know they made him look a little younger, but he also like acted younger. I thought that was so impressive. I don't know, like he kind of talked with like a younger voice almost. I don't know how he did that. He's really talented. It's the same guy that's like Mr. Sir and
his
Holes.
character? Is that
Huh?
what you said? Did you say you didn't?
No, I
like his
did. No, I don't like the person John Voight, like
okay.
in real life.
I was like, you did. I was like, wait, what? Okay, cool.
He's not a great guy. I don't want to get into that, but
no.
I'm just as an actor though. He's incredibly talented, and I thought that was cool. How in the beginning, how they, it's such a simple. It says something sometimes when it's like a simple. This is just like a simple family Disney movie. He didn't have to like do that, but he puts a lot of effort into like that one 30-second scene. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I would agree. I would wholeheartedly.
I was talking about how the guy kind of turns dumb at the end, Sean Bean.
Yeah.
And one of the things is when they're about to leave him down there, he like, I don't know, maybe it's not that dumb, I don't know, but he starts pointing a gun at them. And all I could think about was the line from Bane, where he goes, "Perhaps he's wondering why would you shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane." I don't know. I was thinking about that.
Wait, you just John, like there was this. I think it was the first one. There was a scene where Abigail and Ben are like escaping from Sean Bean's like gang, right? And they're climbing.
Yeah.
They're climbing up like a fire escape in the back of an alley, and the dude who is behind them runs around the corner with the pistol in his hand and just like looks at him for a minute, like,
that's the second one.
Is that the second one? Dude, that shit blew me. I was so mad. I was like, just fucking shoot, dude. Like, what are we doing here? Movie over. I get it, but dude, it just that happened in the first and the second movie, and it's hard. It's just hard to get past it for me because that shit just blows me.
It's cool when they find the treasure. At first they like make it look like you just see like kind of this one room, and they were already like, you could see it in their faces, like they were already satisfied with that. They were already going like, holy shit, look what we found, this is it, oh my god. And then that thing, he lights that thing, and then all of a sudden you see it's a big fucking
it's a
gym of treasure.
Room. It's like, that is insane. They're just geeked, like the Riley's grabbing like gold pieces and shit, but Ben's like, there's a pot.
He's like hugging the
powder here. Let me light this on fire.
Riley's crying about the staircase because he just wants to get out of there. Riley doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, true. Meanwhile, Ben's about to blow the whole place up because he's lighting a whole pot of gunpowder. I still don't know how that works. That was an entire dish of gunpowder, but only lit in the middle and then just went straight down. It's not Minecraft.
I didn't think too hard about it, but yeah.
like in the room before, he drops it on the ground and it blows up the entire building, minus the basement. But in the next room, he lights the same radius, and it's just a little dot.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, Disney.
It was a cool scene. I liked. I don't know. It was almost kind of so. I knew that they were going to find the treasure, but when his dad gives him that short little speech about how he like found the room anyway, I kind of thought like, if I hadn't seen this, I feel like I would have thought, oh, they're not going to find it, because like, what's the point of this showing this and then they find it anyway? I don't know. But I guess that doesn't matter too much.
Well, no, I just thought that was funny. It's to give the dad's character a little bit more, like, like, I've given up, but like, I'm glad that you didn't, because.
Well, it was a big shift for him because it seemed, his attitude kind of had been that he had given up. He thought the rest of the family was crazy for thinking it existed. So that was cool.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. I just thought about another part in this movie. The very
What?
beginning when they're looking for the Charlotte. So
Yeah.
so you mean to tell me that you're just in this tundra, right? A moving continent like ocean, as the guy said, but the ship, a giant metal ship that's been moving across this ocean, is just sitting at the top under 2 feet of snow, and you're using a little ice pick to find it.
What's
Come
his
on.
What's his name? Fucking explain. Gave some kind of explanation. I don't know.
Yeah, he
Yeah, it
basically
said
just
it's
explained.
a
Oh,
moving continent. It thaws
Said the
out,
water,
the
it
water
melts and
water
then
thaws,
freezes,
refreezes.
and
and then moves
yeah,
stuff. But that's a ship. Every ship that we know ever sinks. So when the water thaws, why would it still be under 2 feet of snow? And why are we digging with a little baby ass ice pick? Is my question.
I don't know.
because
I don't
Riley
feel
Poole knows
scientifically
all.
smart enough to answer that question. I feel like there's an answer, but I don't know the answer.
I trust in Riley Poole. I trust in Riley Poole.
All right, fine. Riley Poole, we trust.
Did you guys like Riley? And I
Yeah,
guess I could
I
ask for
liked
both
Riley.
I
movies. But
love Riley.
I liked Riley a lot in
okay,
both. I thought he
yeah,
was
he's
awesome.
funny.
He's funny and awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah, I know because I read some reviews that talked about him as really annoying. I didn't think he was that. I can kind of see that. Like he was kind of whiny, but like I didn't think he was annoying. I thought he's a good comic relief.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
agree.
was the purpose. It was the purpose of Riley. He's just kind of a little bit of a whiner, but
He's
he
the
still
hacker.
wins out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still gonna go with the crew.
Sure.
I dig it.
I don't know. I guess it's cliche, but Nick Cage's character is my favorite just because he's like a history buff. I like to tell myself that I am too, but I mean I'm not at that level. And he kind of uses his history knowledge as like a little, almost like a superpower, kind of. Somehow it translates to being able to steal the most guarded document in the country, but you know.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of
Nevertheless.
Independence.
Yeah, never. When it gets used and it's realistic to
Declaration.
be used is when it's cool.
Everybody was like, "All right, go for it."
He points out when they're in that room. Last time this document was in here, it was being signed. I thought that was cool.
That was
Even
cool.
though it's he stops what he's doing to say it, but yeah.
A little bit of aura there.
Oh, I also like how when he's at the party before he even steals it, he's literally saying cryptically that he's going to steal it to Abigail, just like talking.
Yeah.
He's talking about the purpose of the Declaration,
Oh yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
slips like it. Sometimes it needs to be done for the
So what
betterment.
the right thing needs to be done, even if it's wrong at the
Yeah.
time or something like that. Yeah, that was funny.
She's just like, "Wait, what?"
What are you talking about, dude?
I finally understood that, and I was like, "Oh, that makes total sense."
Yeah, no, I got that because they brought it up before that when he was talking about the coins because she was missing the one coin, and then he gave her the coin that gave her a clue, and then he was like, "Well, let's see if she's a buff like that." And then after he got her fingerprints,
which by the way is the closest that Washington pin thing is the closest he got the whole movie to ever hitting on her. So when they kiss later on, it's like, I thought you guys were friends. She was talking to you the same way. She was talking to you the same way she was talking to Riley. Like, I don't know, or any other male figure in the movie.
It wasn't even really to hit on her. It was more so because that was what he knew she would touch in order to get the fingerprint on the keyboard.
Well, my point stands. It was the closest he got to flirting with her the whole movie before they suddenly kissed. Maybe they shot a glance at each other one time. I don't know.
Who knows? Their whole relationship is just complicated, but
Oh, all of a sudden, it's kind of a clue. They kind of, yeah. Well, we'll get to that. I'll
talk about it.
Well, honestly, yeah. Let's get to that and let's do our ratings because I have a lot to.
I let out my frustration.
I'm going to give I'll start. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. 3 stars. Good enough, rewatchable, fun. Obviously, a lot of stupid things about it that pull it back from me, but it's as fun as a story like this could get, I would say.
Fair.
Action-packed, entertaining. All right, go ahead, Alex.
Oh, me?
Alex?
I would have to say 3.5 since we're not doing quarters.
So another 3.5.
Okay.
Yep, fair.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 3.5 Squadcast pods up. Squadcast podcast thumbs up out of 5.
Okay.
For an overall rating of 3.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's fine by me.
That's tied with 13 Hours in Benghazi.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Book of
that movie
Secrets.
was better than. I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right, hold on. Number 2. First and foremost, I'm going to kidnap the president. Cool. We got it out the way. What? Okay, so so
he really did.
Let's get right into this.
We really skipped over a major like character development thing, unless I missed something in the last movie. Last movie, Ben and Abigail are happy and they're together and they have a mansion. The next movie, this man is living with his dad and they don't talk. Did I miss something?
In my notes, Latrell, I have in all caps, fuck off-screen breakups.
Like, did I literally sitting here hadn't remembered anything about this movie because it's been a long time since I've watched the National Treasure movies, and I'm sitting here like, what? Where the fuck is Like, what the fuck's going on? And then all of a sudden he's with his dad, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, we haven't been together for like,
no." You know why it pisses me off? Because honestly, in a way, it doesn't piss me off because I already didn't care that much about this relationship because they gave me no reason to in the first movie. But so when they see that they're split up, I kind of just giggled, like, okay. So they're just doing this so that she can kind of be in the same. They want to basically erase the fact that they fell in love in the first movie, so that she can be like the same as they can be like the same to each other in this movie as they were in the last one, like where they're not dating, and then okay, they get together at the end. Just rip them apart, put them back together, rip them apart again. If there's a third movie, I bet it'll be like 10 years past and they're divorced.
Yeah, seriously, like it was just such a, and then like we just immediately get into the action, right? Like in this movie, like not even we see Lincoln get assassinated, and then
the quietest gun of all time.
Yeah, the quietest gun of all time, and then he jumps on the stage and screams, rides away on a horseback. Then Thomas, whatever, Thomas Gates gets just bodied in front of his kid. Like, what is happening? And then now we're back in the present, and Ben and Abigail are divorced. Okay, awesome. This is a great beginning to a movie. Thank you, NT2. I appreciate you. Or sorry, National Treasure Book of Secrets. Yeah, because the fucking breakup was a secret.
NT2.
God damn.
Yeah, right. No, it was funny. I'm just realizing the Book of Secrets is the president's book. I don't know why that just took me a second, but it took me a while, but it did. Yeah, they once again kind of rushed through the opening conflict, and because they do. They rush through it. They have him literally presenting something for his like great grandfather, and all of a sudden here comes Ed Harris or the Wilkinson guys going, "Hey, by the way, I hear he helped kill Lincoln." It's like, wait, what? Now all of a sudden they were just doing a whole thing where a whole crowd was clapping for him, and now like 10 seconds later, now everybody's like, "You're a scum."
Right, like you're scumbag. Your ancestors.
Your daddy was evil.
He was the architect of killing Lincoln. What? We rewrote history in 2 days? Okay.
Which pisses me off even more when I find out that the Wilkinson guys, his great-grandfather was in the Confederacy. I'm sorry, what?
Well, even the Sadusky FBI character, he even asked the question that like just obliterates the plot armor. It's like, why all of a sudden is he bringing this note forward after like 200 and whatever years of being hidden? Right. It's just like, yeah.
Oh, that part's so yeah. That and like, not only does that break that apart, that's a reason why they start investigating the guy. Oh, I mean, I guess they were right because he ended up being some kind of criminal. But up to that point, how is that a reason to? I don't know. After that point, it's just some guy.
Why is that
grounds
money
for
right there?
Why is that grounds for investigation?
Literally,
let's find out everything about this guy.
It's
I don't know. It's just kind of
baffling.
Let's put $2 million worth of investigation costs on this guy just because he brought up a piece of paper from 300 years ago.
Right.
Also, I was gonna bring it up honestly, like to start the discussion on this specific movie. It's kind of just it's kind of the same movie again, isn't it? What did you guys say?
In T2?
I don't know.
It's the same.
For the most part,
it's the same thing, except
Ed Harris is just Sean Bean again. Like, what are these villains that want to be antique discovery men, but they're also like evil black market crime bosses? It's just, I don't know. It's such a weird attempt. Without these guys, it's not even not a semi-action movie. It's just like an adventure movie.
Yeah, for real. Like they had to be added in, but they're like, okay. So he starts off as some mysterious dude in the fucking rafters, and then the next day, America's history is completely rewritten. Or like everything's just different now, and they're the bad guys again, and everybody's freaking out.
Right.
And then I'm gonna kidnap the president. Okay.
Yeah, that's not really helping your. It's not really helping your image when you kidnap the president, trying to prove that your great grandfather, didn't help kill the president.
You know what got me is when he walked to the White House and the little kid came up to him and was like, "Hey, you're the guy whose great grandfather killed the president. How is it already being taught in schools? It's been out for like 3 days."
Well, I don't know. It seemed like that kid. I guess I took from it that kid's like parents said something or something. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he didn't get that from school. Although he does say, "Oh, the education system in this or whatever in this country now." So I don't know. I thought it was funny when his dad got broken into and beaten up, and then says on the phone call that like they didn't even take anything, and they just like, I don't know. They're not. That was the shortest phone call I've ever seen involving somebody getting broken into and beaten up. I don't know. Right? You're like, hey, listen, I'll be okay. Okay. They didn't take anything. Like I don't know what's up.
I also just like that they're like they dupe the phone or whatever. They copy the phone, and he's just like searching through a bag of phones to find the exact same copy, and it's just like,
he's just got
how many phones did you have to bring with you? Because I'm sure there wasn't just like 12 phones back in that time.
He's got every phone just in a plastic Ziploc gallon bag, and he's just rifling through them.
Let me stop at Verizon real quick. I forgot a couple of phone brands.
He went, dude, you know damn well that guy went to a pawn shop and was like, give me every single phone that you have in this building. I don't care how much it costs. Yeah, that part was ridiculous. You know what else was ridiculous? When they're looking for the temple and Ben's sitting on the rocks, he's like, everybody take all these water bottles and just start pouring it on the road.
Right, they just use up all their water. I don't know. I would have went down to that lake right there.
And also, do you know how big of a surface they were standing on? They had like 4 water bottles.
Lucky they found it quick.
I was sitting there like,
there's a lot of lucky things. Okay, so I actually did give this movie a little bit of points because there is a scene. And admittedly, it might have been part of why this man became box office poison. But when he has like his fake drunk crash out scene in the lobby in England, and he starts like making fun of the British. I guess. He goes, going to tame a blighter for enjoying his whiskey? Some shit like that. I don't know. You always get points for me when you always get points for me when you make fun of the British. I'm raising my rating on this movie a 0.5 star just for that scene alone.
Just for that. That's unreal.
I even said in my notes. I had notes. Okay, I have to appreciate a scene in which man is making fun of the British. I have no choice.
Okay, but going to that scene, right? Let's fast forward a little bit. He was just in America where his ex-divorced wife is pissed off at him and now sleeping with another man, being like the senator. Fast forward one day, she's in London. I'm sorry, I'm here to help you. What happened? What happened?
White
Yes,
House
you got there.
curator relationship.
That,
Can't do it.
What is happening?
I know that was, that's something you bring up. I kind of just gloss over when it happens, but yeah,
You know what? Why am
that
I
was.
so invested in their relationship? Because it doesn't matter, but it's just these.
That's why. That's
these-
probably why I glossed over it because I just did not care about anything between those two characters. I just
make
did not care.
sense to
She
me,
really
and I
didn't.
noticed
Now I
it so
think about
much.
it. Other than the one scene, which I actually, as stupid as is how they get into the Oval Office, I do kind of like it at the same time because he's like, she tells me you can't get us into the Oval Office. And he kind of looks at him like, "Oh, I'm gonna impress you guys." I don't know. It's
Get
kind of
you into
funny.
the Oval Office.
They picked a good guy too. The freaking dad from Modern Family plays
Yeah.
such a good, like, awkward, desperate guy who
Yeah,
like
they did make
is just
that
like
work.
happy to be with her. Clearly,
He's like, this is amazing.
yeah, yeah, right. She's like making out with him for finding the earring, and the whole time
He's
I'm
like,
just
oh my god, this is the greatest thing
yeah,
that's ever happened
it's
to me.
like wow, I'm scoring points here.
I love every second of what's happening right now.
Yeah, right. But that goes back to everything in this movie is really easy to get into. Now they're in the Oval Office. I don't know. There's no way just some guy who works at the White House can just take anybody into the Oval Office.
Like he's like, oh, we're not supposed to be in here, but there's also no security anywhere, so let's go in. And then I'm gonna follow my girlfriend while Ben's over there making a fucking padlock out of my desk. Like,
There's no way he doesn't hear those drawers.
Right, the clicks and then just oh, like,
Give me a break. He does a whole freaking mechanical project over there.
It's like me working on my fucking Zelda, but all you hear is just
sounds like a Rube Goldberg over there, and
over there
this guy's
jingling keys.
it's still a funny scene, so I don't kill him too much for it.
No, not at
but
all.
I like how he says,
It's
"You don't want
just-
to find an earring in here. That's not the ladies."
It's just so
Like, oh shit, yeah,
like,
that's
wow.
right, that's true.
Wait, man, I didn't even think about that. Like, dude, come on, bro.
Let's okay. Well, we got to get to this president kidnapping scene because there's some things I need to say.
He walks out of the bushes. He's like, "Oh, have you seen that girl?
Are you kidding me?
That,
Are you kidding me?
that security guard is shooting you on sight." Like,
Yeah, that security guard is getting fired. What are you talking about? He just walks out of the bushes. It was that easy to break into the president's birthday party?
right, dude? You don't think they didn't have boats in the water before they even got there? No, there's one guard and then a one dude sitting next to the fucking woods, bro. Come on.
I actually we forgot to mention that they'd like break him out of FBI prison or something in the first one. But you can do everything in these movies.
You can
do anything.
You can do anything you want.
You can do it. All the also in my notes are the fact that all the presidents had a book with this treasure map in it or whatever, and this thing was never found. I don't know. That's not a single one of them ever just like got curious. All these, I don't know. There's a lot. And besides, if that's really such a big secret, then how are they able to do it? So I don't know. Wouldn't there, if they care that much about protecting that, wouldn't there be guards at Mount Rushmore not letting you? Are you even allowed to climb? Well, I guess that's a thing, isn't it? That people climb Mount Rushmore.
You can do that, but it's still like
yeah, I don't know.
Be right. Like they were just on Mount Rushmore. They were like in the fucking woods behind it.
Yeah, right.
Bro, come on. Dude.
Also, okay, going back to the president scene. So the president fully understood what he was doing, and still comes out of there saying, "Hey, I can't tell anybody what's going on. So if you don't find it, you're gonna have to get in trouble for kidnapping the president. Problem with that is, later at the end of the movie, that's not what he says. He says it was an accident. The door shut. You knew right off the bat what he was doing that for, what he was doing this for, and you were okay with it. You even gave him information to help find the book. So why you wouldn't have just said right away that it was an accident so that there's not a manhunt?
Right.
I don't know.
He wanted to spice it up a little bit.
Also, that plan hinged entirely on the president being curious enough to leave his birthday party and go into an underground bunker and, like, go into a secret hideaway. I don't know.
With some guy he thought he knew. Didn't he, like, not actually know him?
Well, I think because he got, like, famous after the first movie.
He's like, this is my good friend. It's like, bro, you've never hung out with this man before in your life.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, actually, you're probably right. I guess I was giving them credence because, like, he was just happy to be doing this thing with him right now, and he knew that he was some awesome discoverer guy. So, like, I kind of get it. Like, it's not too stupid for me, but, like, it just, the plan hinged on him being curious enough to want to do that, and it's like your odds are not that great there.
Your
I don't
odds
know.
are slim to none. The president's at a
He was
party.
that, and this is what you're hinging your plan to kidnap the president on. I don't know. If it doesn't work,
also,
you're not exactly gonna.
How much more shitty can their security be? First and foremost, they're like, oh my god, somebody go get a sledgehammer to break open this wall. And then when the president finally gets to the exit, there's just nobody around. He's got a hitchhike on a truck. You didn't tell me they didn't have a helicopter and, like, units everywhere? It's the president of the United States.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. I mean, I don't know how it seems like, and this in itself probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it seemed like the secret tunnel went way far away from everything. Like, it could have been a mile away.
I also really love the fact that the puzzle to open that little door was, like, literally just turning some stone things.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like
Nobody ever saw that. Huh? No one ever found that.
Questioned or played with it. Like, a little kid didn't just go up and be like, touch, 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 touch. Oop, like 2,000-year door open now.
It was a big secret until they went down there. Okay. Also, secret. as they're leaving, he's about to leave, and the president stops him and gives him everything he needs to know to find the book. What was he gonna do before he did that? Like, what? I thought that was, like, the whole point of kidnapping him, and he was about to just walk away after we're already letting him go. I don't know. And then he stops him and goes, "Oh, by the way, here's what you need to find the book." Like, I don't know, what is he gonna do? What was his plan there? I don't know. It's funny to me.
Right? He's just like,
they could have fixed that pretty easily just by not having him walk away and having the president stop him to tell him this. But I don't know. Also, I don't know. Maybe I should have rewinded or something. But did he say what was on page 46? Like, was that
47? No, we never found out. Like,
47.
I want to go back and pause the movie and just read the picture he took, which I probably can't. But I have no idea what the fuck that said.
Okay, maybe that was supposed to be for, like, the next movie that never happened. I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing really involved with it. Like, it's only theories online really at this point.
Well, okay. There is a series that I'm not going to touch because it got canceled after one season. But and I guess that kind of replaced what might have been a third movie. I think they wrote some books too. I'm not really that interested, but it was this movie was still watchable to me, if that makes sense. I wasn't bored. I wouldn't say I was bored. I mean, I guess part of the right reason I was entertained was because of how stupid it was. But what do you say? What, Alex?
I mean, it was watchable, but eventually, like, it was just like, and I'm disinterested because I feel like I'm just watching the same thing over again.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest problem. Is it kind of is just the same movie again. The feds are chasing him. There's bad guys. They're trying to find a treasure. It's the same cat. Oh yeah, his mom's in because she all of a sudden she's really good at like detecting stuff. Well,
language of the dead.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she's good at translating old languages, and she happens to be the only one that can do it. I don't know.
The only one ever in history.
That's fucking convenient that the only person that can translate this is your own mother, who wasn't in the last one. They introduced her in this one. I like Helen Mirren. She's good, but it's just funny. Regardless of the fiction, like I said, these aren't terrible movies for like historical nerds. You do learn some things that are in fact true. Like I thought it was, I don't know, I guess I should have just waited until we talked about this movie. But talking about those desks, I went on like a Wikipedia rabbit hole about the ship that it was made out of and stuff. The Resolute desks. That's what they're called. After the ship, the Resolute, which was its own, which was an exploration ship that got lost while it was trying to search for another ship that got lost. I don't know. That's the Arctic.
That's the Arctic for you.
But yeah, so that was cool. Also, speaking of the mom, there's a part where the bad guy Ed Harris comes in and like makes her like lie about whatever to her ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of like comes out and just like tells her a bunch of information that like she's obviously gonna like go tell them. I don't know. I mean, I guess they technically they take her with them, so she can't do that. But I thought that was very funny. Like, why is it so important to you to tell her all?
Yeah, for real.
Very funny. And you know, the FBI, I guess, you know, I have it in my notes. Why would the FBI arrest the bad guy? Because has he committed any crimes yet? I don't even remember. Maybe because the movie felt like a blur from the first one. Why were they even going after him? Because I guess they found out more about him.
Yeah, they found out more about him, and then they I think he was like Ben was feeding him information on him.
Yeah. Okay.
They also went out and later broke into another place. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess no. Okay. I want to talk lastly about just the big treasure hunting scene because yes, there are some dumb parts like the water bottles on 4 water bottles being able to cover all of Mount Rushmore. But I don't. You guys might have some problems with it, but I mostly enjoyed like the scenes where they were inside the cave, and I thought it was. I kind of liked the scene where they were on that balancing platform and kind of like. I don't know. You guys probably have some complaints about it, but I just thought it was a fun scene.
Help me turn this wheel. It was really dumb.
Well, one thing that was dumb was the guy saying, "If I'm not last, I might as well be first," when he easily could have been the second one off of that thing. I don't know.
Right?
Like Nick Cage could have went first, and then he could have gone, and then they would have had no problem. There would have been no problem with what he was worried about. But
yeah.
I don't know. It was funny.
Nah,
it was a good scene, though. I liked it.
It also it really didn't give me like a clean understanding of like what was he really after in the end? Was he literally just after was Mitch after the gold, or was he just after like credit of the discovery? Because otherwise it's just like
I originally felt that way. I gave it a little more of a pass this time around because I guess it kind of was like at that last moment he was gonna stay back, but then it like I don't know, something happened where he had to hold it open.
Yeah, I mean, situations changed, but it was kind of like...
What annoys me about that scene is that, like, that was only 10 seconds, and that was the only... I don't know. Up until that moment, he was the de facto villain, and I guess they don't mind killing him off because he was the villain, but, like, that was a really big moment of redemption for him. I feel like they could have just... I don't know. If they were gonna have that, they probably could have just made him a good guy at some point, or like made him a little bit more sympathetic. Instead, he just kept being an asshole the whole rest of the movie.
It was also kind of just like, okay, so yeah, you obviously hurt your leg a little bit or whatever it was, maybe your back, I don't know. But you could have, once the room filled up, take a breath, swim out of the hole that you came through, and you're back in this big, expansive gold area, and then you go back to the hole that you came from. Like, you could have escaped here with your life here. You just kind of gave up in the end.
There's a movie full of decisions that don't really make sense, but move the plot forward.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys made this. I had to put it in my notes. Both treasures have the fire trail thing. both movies, the treasure has that.
Oh
I was like, when I saw that in the second one, I'm like, okay. So did these guys talk with the stonemasons at some point? Because I mean, at least it's not as dumb because it doesn't have the big plate full of gunpowder that just slowly lights up. But still, or does it? Maybe it did. I don't even know.
Oh,
Both movies had the fire trail.
Was the fire trail in the actual like room? Like the big?
No, it only went like 10 feet, which made it even dumber in my opinion. Because then, what the hell is even the point at all?
But yeah, but still, I guess like they get into that first room where they have to turn the wheel, and it's like everything's completely flooded, right? Like all the way up to that level, it's completely flooded. So how is the gunpowder in that room that was flooded still existing, and how is it able to even light in the first place? Like,
yeah, I guess it just I don't.
I don't
what?
know.
I don't know.
I don't
What?
know.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought.
It's magical gunpowder. I don't know.
Magical gunpowder that didn't settle, move, or anything with all this rushing water.
Nope. It's
fun.
It's gold.
It's a fun, stupid movie that it suffers from being too much like its predecessor. Yeah, and they just put Nick Cage and they just put them back together again at the end. Oh, maybe you could move in. I guess you guys. Why did you guys even hate each other?
Right?
The only reason we give is that she keeps saying so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, I did not care about that relationship.
She never stopped talking, so I would understand it.
Whoa!
I almost felt like she didn't really do much in this movie, except for that part where she's kissing the guy to distract him from Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. There was a point where they show her and she has like a decent speaking line. I'm like, man, I really have not been thinking about her at all this movie.
It really didn't get to the spotlight, I don't think.
No, the first one was more so hers.
Sure. All right, want to go to our ratings?
Yep, down.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first again. I was gonna give it a 2, but I'm standing by my word that the scene where he does the stupid British accent raised it a little bit for me because that shit had me rolling. So 2.5. I'm being nice and say 2.5.
All right, nice, Alex.
I don't know. I feel like I would be at a 2.5, but I'm gonna be lowering it to a 2. I just did not feel any just like joy in watching this one.
There wasn't much of a reason for it to be made.
No.
Except that the first one made money, so this one was going to too, obviously.
Yeah. I'll give this one. I'll give this one a 2.5 Squadcast podcast thumbs up out of 5 to round it out to overall 2.5 for NT2.
It's pretty relationships. could. I'm comfortable with that.
Book of
3.5 movie, and then a 2.5 movie, and it basically is the movie, this first movie, but 1 star less good.
Like,
So,
I just watched the
or in
fucking
Alex's case,
knockoff version
1.5.
of Silver Linings Playbook, dude. Because what the fuck? Like, that was a wild ride. I can't complain. Like, I knew what I was gonna do, but
They were fun movies. These were fun movies.
I can't shit on them. I can just poke holes in what I thought was silly.
Yes. Oh, there's plenty of stupid shit in both of these movies. But I was entertained. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we did these.
Same.
So, especially the first one. So, all right. Hey, we did it. We did it.
Episode
Woo-hoo. 9 is in the books. Latrell, you don't have the applause ready.
What is our? From
now on, when we get into our ratings on the second movie, get that ready to go. Yay! What were you gonna say, Alex?
For the audiences, what's our next movies that we're doing?
We haven't decided yet, actually. I was thinking, I can say this for the audience. I was thinking what we might do for the next 3 weeks is the 3 of us each take turns recommending 2 movies. So, Alex, you could go first, or I could go first, and then the next 2.
Yeah, I can go first. I'll send it out after.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's what we're gonna do. The next 3 episodes, and this is a good way to map out. Latrell, I'll let you go last. So you have 6 weeks to decide 2 movies. All right.
I'm gonna throw 2 like animated heaters at you guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Totally fine. Do whatever you guys pick. Whatever you want. They can. They could be. They could. I'll even be extra nice. They could even be 2 movies of like the same, like a movie and its sequel. I don't care.
Let's go.
I'll throw some.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, Alex, you can go first. I'll go second. Latrell will go third and final.
Sounds good.
All right, and then just to map out a little more. After that, we'll probably do another trilogy episode.
Sounds
sweet.
Good. All right. Well, that's
all right.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys once again for doing this movie podcast with me. It's so fun talking about movies with you guys.
It's a blast.
So thank you. All right. Well, that wraps up episode 9. It was good. It was a good. All right. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
You're Peace.
Peace.